Hey everyone, today's tutorial is all about creating a two-tone eye look using colours from the Wild Star palette. I've decided to go for something really bright on the top and balance it out with a slightly deeper colour underneath just to make that eye a little bit more interesting, and then completed the look and made it feel a bit more editorial with some blush in the cheeks. So first of all, I'm going to take this really beautiful pearly shade and I am going to apply it around Echo's inner corner of her eye like this. And it's nice to highlight the inner corners with something quite kind of glowy because that will catch the light when she moves her head and look really, really pretty. You're going to take the same colour and you are going to work it up into the brow bone as well. So I'm just kind of skipping the centre of Echo's eye and I'm just putting it in the inner corners just underneath the brow bone. And then I'm going to take this very, very bright pink here and I'm just going to work that in just above that inner corner, just up here. So up into the inner bit of the brow like this. And then you want to take a dry brush and just blend that out nicely so it's all nice and soft and well blended. So I'm going to take that colour again and I'm going to work that now into the outer corner of Echo's eyes. So I have a nice little flat brush like this, just underneath on the outer corner like that, and across into the centre. And now I'm going to work this really pretty purple shade slightly closer into the eye. So I'm going to just use the same brush there and I'm going to bring that under the eye like that. And it's just a nice way to get all of these colours to kind of blend into each other. So now I'm going to work that colour just with my finger, just underneath where the tear duct is, and that's going to pick up really nicely when she turns her head in the light. So I'm going to just do that on the other side as well. And you can kind of make this as intense or as light as you want, but I think because Echo has these really gorgeous bleach brows, I'm going to go for it a little bit with the colour today. And now I'm going to take this brown shade here, still with the same brush, and I'm just going to work that into the outer corner of the eye like that. So I'm just kind of going on top of that pink, blending it together, and I'm just adding a little bit more definition into the outer corner of Echo's eye like that. I'm just taking it up onto the eyelid as well, just the outer corner. Again, just to add a little bit more definition. And then across the lid, I'm going to be working with this duochrome. It's kind of like a goldy pink, and I'm going to work that in from the center all the way out to the outer corner. So I'm just going to take this and just work that in like that. So when you move to the side, you have all these really pretty colors kind of coming to life. Putting a little bit of it down onto the cheek as well. And then just stepping back and having a look, I think I'm actually going to punch in a little bit more into that pink just to make it really, really stand out. And so to do that, I'm going to take a smaller brush, something just a little bit firmer, and I'm going to go back in with that into this socket area here. And then you get a really nice balance of that pink that sits over the eyelid and then the purple that just sweeps underneath the eyelid. You can tidy up the skin now if you have any bits of fallout, so I'm just going to do that very quickly. Now I'm going to take some of these shades and work them just into the Cupid's bow and around the lips. So I'm going to go for, I love that purple on Echo actually. It picks up really nicely, so I'm just going to take that and apply it to her Cupid's bow like that. Just blend it in a little bit and also just around the corners of the mouth like that. Just following the natural kind of shade of her lip. Where it's a little bit darker, that purple will help to just lift that colour. I'm gonna finish her eye makeup with some mascara. So this mascara has a really kind of lash grabbing chunky effect, and it gives you those very, very kind of full 60s lashes if you apply a number of coats, which is why I really love it. But today I'm just going to do a couple of sweeps because it adds so much volume, and then the same underneath, just again to add a little bit of definition. So for Echo's lips, obviously I've added a little bit of that kind of beautiful violet to her Cupid's bow and around the corners, and I'm just going to top it up with this bluff colour, which is the lipstick from the collection, and it has a really nice gold, soft gold, kind of shimmery effect. And that looks really, really pretty with that purple. So I'm just gonna apply that into the middle of her lips like that. Just keeping it nice and light and shimmery. And it's nice because the pink kind of ties all of those pretty colors in the eye together. And then I'm just gonna go over that Cupid's bow again, just because you wanna make sure that that color really pops. Like that. And then finally for Echo Skin, I'm gonna be using this Dazzle stick, which is a skin highlighter. And I'm just gonna pop it into her high points to give it that nice dewy finish, so that when she moves her head in the light, you'll just get all of those beautiful reflexes and the skin will look really healthy and glowy and dewy. And then I like to put a little bit just on the chin in the center there, just to give a little bit of bounce. So you can leave that there, but if you want to make it a touch more editorial, I like to put some pink up into the cheekbones. So I'm gonna go back to my palette and have a little bit of that really intense pink mixed with one of the kind of softer pinks. Just gonna wipe the excess on the back of my hand, get a nice big fluffy brush and just bounce that color up into her cheekbones, a little bit up into the temples. So I really love using colour all the way around the eye, especially underneath in the areas where you'd classically have like eye bags. I think it's sometimes nice to highlight them, especially when you're balancing out with something a little bit brighter on the top of the lid. So that's the look I've gone for today. A nice pinky purpley eye with some blown out gold that kind of just wings out to the side. A touch of this really pretty violet on the Cupid's bow, and then I finished the lip off with one of the Wild Star lipsticks in Bluff, which is like a really nice shimmery pink with a touch of gold. And then to make it a little bit more editorial, just added some of that warmth into Echo's cheek to finish the look.